Aloha and welcome to A Collage of Hawaii. I'm your host, Ann Selby. On today's episode, we will be talking with Antonio Richardson, who wrote the book Dialysis Your Way. This book is about Antonio's true life story while he was on dialysis for 7 years. Welcome, Antonio.
Hi, thank you. Thank you, Ann.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm exercising, walking every day for an hour, 5 days a week.
Nice.
And I'm eating healthy.
Nice.
So I'm doing the best I can do.
Nice. So now I read your book, and it is a really good book. This book was an easy read. I'm not a doctor, and I understood everything in this book. And I want to thank you for writing the book so that anybody that reads it understands it. And that's what I really appreciate that.
Thank you. That was the intent from the beginning, to structure the book so that a sixth grader would be able to understand it.
That's me, sixth grader.
No. I've seen kids on dialysis.
Yes.
And it is very sad.
Yeah.
And they need to know too.
Yes, they definitely do.
So that was the intent from the beginning of the book.
Well, good. It worked. I understood everything. Now, before I get into the questions, I wanted to read something amazing. There's a foreword in his book, and this was actually by your doctor. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm just going to read this foreword. It's a really good one. It says, Antonio has written a wonderful book describing his reluctant journey on dialysis. He describes how he took control of the process rather than letting it take control of him. Dialysis is a mechanical process, yet it involves human interaction with the machine. The technicians connect the patient to the machine, and the patient interacts with the technician and the machine. How the patient responds to both determines in part the final outcome. Read this delightful book and it will give you the confidence to determine your own fate. Amazing. And your doctor is Roland, last name is Ng. No, Roland Ng. He's an MD and also FACP.
FACP, I believe, is the sort of fraternity they belong to or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is very exciting. And also something just came up today. We just printed this out. It's hot off the presses, right?
Yes.
So this is pretty exciting too. It is another doctor that read your book, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm just going to read a portion of it because it's quite long, which is amazing.
Okay.
And her name is Dr. Christy Leong,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So it's literally hot off the presses. We just got this today, right? So we just printed this out, and here's what she said after reading the book. While reading the book, I felt like the author was beside me, explaining what dialysis is about and what to expect from each treatment. Plus, he shares the challenges he personally had to face for over 7 years while he underwent dialysis. The author has an engaging writing style that makes the book a delight to read, yet it is detailed in its coverage. Why can't there be more books like this, ones that cut through the scientific and medical jargon and offer practical, factual information? Wow.
She's too kind.
Oh my God. This is a really, really good review, and that's Dr. Christy Leong. So that's
really
amazing.
Really appreciate it.
Yeah. So you got
really
two good doctors that have already, reviewed your book. So
wow.
This is pretty amazing. And
Thank
here
you.
is
Thank
your
you.
book right here called Dialysis Your Way. If we could pull that shot up of the book. And it looks like that's you in there.
That is not me. Everybody wants that to be
Everyone
me.
says that, right? But I really like it. I like the author, and you're the author. I like the illustrations. And there's illustrations all through the book, so that's pretty cool.
Can I tell you about that illustration?
Yes, please do.
Well, that illustration is probably one of the most important illustrations in the whole book.
Oh.
So when you're at dialysis, you're sitting in your recliner, and the machine is right next to you.
Yes.
And I would always ask them, since the machine is on wheels, I would always ask them to turn it just enough so I can see the screen,
Yes.
so I can monitor my blood pressure.
Yeah, of course.
And so that's what that illustration is all about.
Oh, it's what what did they say, your technicians?
The technicians, yes.
Yes, and you ask them to do that.
So that you'll know when your blood pressure is getting low and you have to take the appropriate action.
Yes, that's going to be one of my questions because I read about that a lot in this book. And you know, I read this book I read it in one day, one sitting. That's how easy it was to read. Okay, so we're going to dive into the story of your life.
Okay.
So here we go. Tell us a little bit about your story, how it all began 7 years ago. So 7 years ago, how were you living your life before all this happened, and what do you think led up to the point of you being on dialysis?
Okay, I was a glass contractor.
Okay.
And I had employees, I had a lot of responsibilities.
Okay.
And I applied for life. I was married also at the time.
Okay.
And I applied for life insurance. So the nurse comes out to the house, she does a urine sample, and she does a blood sample.
Okay.
You know, I give her a check.
Right.
A month later, I get a letter in the mail from the insurance company, and there's a check in it.
Yeah.
And there's a lab report, and there's a note that says, "We're sorry, but we cannot insure you.
Okay.
Please take this to your doctor immediately."
Okay.
It didn't give a diagnosis.
Huh. Okay.
It just said, "These are the results, and we can't insure you."
Interesting.
And that's how it all started.
Were you living a certain kind of life? I'm just trying to figure out what led up to dialysis. Was there a lot of stress? Was there partying? Like, what was going on in your life that you think perhaps could have led up to being on dialysis?
Well, I thought about all of that, and I
Right.
mentioned it to my kidney doctor at the time.
Yes.
None of that had anything to do with it.
Huh.
And
Interesting.
it wasn't blood pressure either.
Okay.
Because even now, post dialysis
Yeah.
or post transplant, I don't take blood pressure medicines.
Huh. Okay.
So, you know, and so what it was multiple myeloma.
What?
I have multiple myeloma.
What is that?
It is a blood cancer.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Multiple myeloma the cancer went unchecked,
Okay.
untreated,
Wow.
and it took the kidney.
Oh my goodness.
However, it could have been reversed
Okay.
with chemotherapy. I
Okay.
never would have lost my kidney,
Wow.
and I would have just been taking medicine or chemotherapy
Okay.
whenever it needed to be checked.
Okay.
That's why I wanted to.
Right. So,
But I didn't
So-
mention that in the book.
oh, are we allowed to mention it in the interview?
We can talk about it, yes,
Yeah? Okay.
absolutely. We can
Okay.
absolutely talk about it.
Okay.
Because it's what happened.
It's what happened.
It's record. It's,
So
yeah.
basically, your doctor at the time just missed it.
Missed them both.
Missed them both.
Missed them both.
Missed them both.
Yes.
That's pretty scary.
Pretty sad.
Pretty sad. Yeah. And these things happen in life. You know,
Yes.
we're all humans. Mistakes happen.
Yes.
That's kind of scary.
Yeah, it was at one point when we first discovered the multiple myeloma. For 4 months, it was one day dialysis, next day chemotherapy.
Wow.
One day dialysis, next day chemotherapy.
Okay.
For 3 to 4 months. Can you
My gosh.
imagine the weight that, what it took from me?
Yeah.
I mean, it was very hard. The hardest thing I've had to do in my life.
That's really scary.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Okay, it's getting intense. Thank you for sharing because I didn't know that. Yeah, you're right. It's not in the
Yes.
book, so you've heard it here.
Because the book is, I stayed focused on
Yes.
helping the people,
Helping the people that are
on
on dialysis.
dialysis.
Yeah.
And the cancer
Yeah.
is a different entity all in
Yes.
itself.
Yeah. Wow.
So-
That is amazing because I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That's what happened.
Strong man.
Well, actually, in my second book that's coming out next year, The
Yeah.
Friendly City,
Yeah.
I put it all together,
Okay.
the whole story, and there's a lot more that
You get more into detail of all that.
it's more into detail about that, about my
Okay.
life, and how how I originally possibly obtained the multiple myeloma.
Okay. Oh, interesting.
Yes.
Okay. I remember reading a line in your book, and you said no one would sit next to you on the bus
Oh, yeah.
because you smelled like Benadine?
Betadine.
Betadine.
Yeah.
So what is betadine, and what exactly does that smell like?
Well, actually, it's a
Betadine.
cleaning solution.
Oh,
Yeah, it's sort of, it's one of those smells that you smell when you go into hospitals, actually, you know.
okay.
So my catheter had to be clean
Okay.
at each dialysis session, and it
Okay.
could only be cleaned by a nurse, not a technician,
Okay.
a registered nurse.
Okay.
And they used this solution called betadine.
Okay.
And, you know, so they would take off the wrap
Yeah.
on it, and then, you know, they would wash it and wash around the area where it entered,
Yes.
right? And then they would wrap it again. But it has that solution on it, and I can't clean it. You know,
Okay. Okay.
I can't, only
can't
they
cl-
can
only
clean
they
it.
can-
So then I would have that smell
Oh my gosh.
around the clock.
Oh my gosh. So no one would sit next to you on the bus.
Well,
Aw. Oh well. Okay, so now that you talked about the catheter, what exactly, where was this catheter located?
okay, originally it was in my neck,
Oh
in the
gosh.
jugular vein, in
Wow.
the neck. That's where they went in at.
Oh, so there's a hole in your neck.
Yeah, there was a hole in my neck,
Oh,
and
gosh.
it goes in and it goes down,
Okay.
and it stops somewhere near your heart.
Wow. Okay.
Yes. And then it was transferred to under my collarbone.
Okay.
After, I think about a month, it was transferred up under my collarbone. At this time, you know,
Yeah.
it wasn't shown from the outside of my shirt.
Okay.
Well, now they have these newer ones where, you know,
Yeah.
you can,
They
depending on
hide?
which version you get, it can be
Okay.
either outside your neck or you may be able to conceal it under your shirt.
Okay. But the one you had, you could see it?
You could see it.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, and it's like you can be 40 feet across the room,
Yeah.
you could see it.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, it was, so this was the hard part for me, was letting people help me.
Okay. Oh, got
yes.
it. You're so used to like doing everything yourself.
Yes. And so I would be in line to get food
Yeah.
in the hospital sometimes, in the cafeteria.
Yeah.
I've had an elderly lady who was at least twice my age
Yes.
take my tray from me
Oh.
and tell me to follow her
Aw.
and ask me, what do you want? And she put it on the tray for me.
She's like helping you.
Yeah, that was
Aw.
hard.
It's nice. It's like
That was nice.
the kindness of the human race.
Yeah. But then
Yeah.
my mother told me, said, well, you need to let somebody help you.
Yes, yes, you do.
So
But
then
yeah.
lighten up a little.
Yeah, lighten up a little. So I'm just imagining this. So not only do you have this thing protruding out of your neck, you also smell like this chemical,
Yeah.
right? You're like, hey, you want to be my friend? You know, because, you know, people don't know. I didn't know what it was. If I
Well-
would have seen you, I wouldn't have known anything.
I didn't know about it either until
Yeah.
after I got the catheter out of my neck.
Wow.
I didn't know I carried that odor. Because like
Oh,
smokers.
you didn't even know you carried that odor.
No, didn't know.
Yikes.
Just like smokers, they don't smell themselves.
They don't
right?
smell themselves, but we smell them.
Right. So it was.
Oh my gosh.
it was-
Okay.
I was embarrassed after the fact.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, well, after the fact. Oh my God. Okay, so I read another thing in your book, and it said you couldn't play sports,
Contact sports.
contact sports, because it would damage your fistula.
Yes.
Your Now, what is a fistula, and why weren't you able to play sports because of it?
Okay. So
Oh my gosh.
yeah. So
Wow. Scott, can
Yeah.
you see that? What?
So this is the scarring from the needle sticks,
Oh my gosh.
and this is this is very good for 7 years of use.
Oh my gosh. So this is from 7 years of use of them putting the needles in you?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Can you guys see that?
One this way, one that
Oh,
way.
I'm scared to even touch it. It
Well,
doesn't
actually,
hurt?
it's no.
Oh,
It still works.
oh,
It's
oh.
the fistula still works.
I can still feel it.
Yes, it's the thrill. It's called the thrill.
So is there something still in there?
No, these are
No.
my veins.
Those are your veins.
Yes, do this.
So, okay.
Put your hand there.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so, okay.
Put your
Oh my
hand-
gosh.
Put your hand over there.
Oh my gosh. I can feel it.
It's throbbing.
Wow, it's throbbing.
So that's my lifeline. Since transplant is a treatment. A kidney transplant is not a cure.
Kidney transplant is a treatment. Not a cure.
It is a treatment, yes. And if the kidneys go, I can use this immediately.
Oh, immediately?
Yes.
So this will always be like this for you?
I keep this for the rest of my life, yes.
Oh, you keep it that way?
And if it stops working, you want to go get it to working.
How do you get it to working again if it stops working?
You go to the hospital and you go to radiology.
Radiology, okay.
Yeah, and radiology gets it to working. Or you can go to a vascular surgeon, the guy who put it in, and he can get it working also.
Okay. I also remember there's some kind of exercises you can do with a ball. Is that correct?
Yes, they give you a ball to squeeze, and sometimes it's a shape of a car. It's a car or shape of a car, but you squeeze it.
Okay.
And I also did push-ups to help to get it to mature fast also.
Push-ups?
Yes, I did push-ups.
So push-ups and the ball?
Yes, and the ball. I would squeeze the ball 10 times, put it away, come back later, squeeze it another 10 times.
Yeah.
But to do it at least 100 times, to squeeze it at least 100 times before I hit the sack that night, before I went to bed.
That's a lot.
Yes.
100 times. Okay.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Okay, let's see what else I have. Oh yeah.
Had to.
I was just saying
had to.
You had to.
Had to.
It was part of what you had to do. It was part of your, this is your exercises to get it open it up and strong.
Well, because at the time I had the infection.
Of course.
And I needed to get the catheter out of me.
Okay.
So that I could start using this.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's right. We want to get that catheter out of your neck.
Yes.
Okay, so that's why. This is very important. That's why you have to do that.
Yes.
To get that out of your neck. I see. So that was first until this got ready.
Yes.
Until you got this ready, and then you transferred it. So how long did you have to wear the catheter in your neck before this was ready?
6 months.
Oh my gosh.
I carried
6 months in your neck?
I carried MRSA for 6 months.
Oh my goodness. Wow, that's a lot.
It was tough.
And I also read that it easily can get infected being in your neck. I remember reading that.
Yes, it from it being in your neck, it allows bacteria to go straight into your bloodstream.
Oh gosh.
It has an entryway.
Right, right. So this is very important to get that going.
Yes, that's why you want to, when the doctor tells you to get this,
Ooh. I've
seen people procrastinate, can't make up their mind if they want to go through with it, and then their kidneys fail and they get in trouble, and they're in trouble. And they have complications.
Yes.
And depending on how old you are and how strong you are, you may not be able to survive the complications.
Oh my gosh.
I was younger at the time. I believe I was 37 at the time. And I was strong. I was very strong, and but it weakens you.
It does. Well, yeah, like anything when you're sick. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
I lost 20-something pounds.
Oh my God. Scary. Scary. Yeah. Okay. I have a lot of questions because I read your book and I was really excited.
Okay.
As you see, I got everything prepared.
Okay.
Okay. So I also remember this is very interesting. You were on dialysis for 1 year. Well, it said hemodialysis, right? Is that for 1 year? And you said you were after 1 year, you were no longer able to make urine.
Yes.
That sounds crazy to me. So tell me exactly what that was like.
Well, let me say this. I was in denial first.
Okay.
At first, my denial was so strong.
Yeah.
Because I was still making urine when I went on dialysis.
Okay.
I told my kidney doctor that you guys are making a big mistake, and when you figure this out, you're going to owe me an apology.
Oh my God, you're like telling this to the doctors, right?
Because I was making urine. I was like, and so then I found out that, you're making urine, but it's not cleaning you.
Okay. It's not cleaning you.
So in other words, I was told that if your urine isn't yellow or if it doesn't smell, then you might want to go get yourself checked.
Oh, interesting. You didn't have urine for a year, and go ahead.
What was that like?
Yeah, what was that like?
So what happened was it made dialysis harder.
Yeah.
It became a challenge in the beginning. It wasn't much of a challenge. I was just going in and getting put on the machine.
Yeah.
Because I was making urine still. You know, it was
Okay.
cleaning my blood and wasn't taking off very much water because I was making urine.
Right.
When I stopped making urine,
Yeah.
and in my book I talk about
Yeah.
what my doctor told me why you stopped making urine.
Okay.
And the reason why I was told you stop making urine is progression of the disease. The disease continues to progress itself.
I see.
And then low blood pressure.
Yes, that's one of my questions.
The low blood pressure
Yes, low
episodes
blood-
from this machine.
Yes,
Yes.
the low blood right here. It says warning signs when you knew that your blood pressure was dropping too low, what you learned to do to prevent that from happening during your dialysis.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
This is where you really got to pay attention.
Yes.
And this is what makes it so amazing. He paid attention.
I didn't sleep. Most of the people
Yeah.
go to dialysis, they sleep. I
Yeah.
stayed awake. I was watching everything and everybody. I was watching the technicians,
Yes.
you know. And so then what happened was I was cramping for 3 weeks straight. Every time I went to dialysis, I cramped. And I said, you know, there has to be a better way.
Yeah.
And so then I knew from talking to the doctor, my doctor,
Yes.
Dr. Ng,
Yeah.
and I knew from talking to the technicians
Yes.
that the blood pressure was the key.
Yeah.
Oh, and my doctor before Dr. Ng was
Yes.
Dr. Wong,
Dr. Wong.
who
Okay.
taught me a lot.
Yeah. See, I love that you figured this out.
Well, I'm sitting there and I'm thinking now, I'm gonna cramp,
Oh gosh.
and I don't want to cramp.
No.
And so then I watched my blood pressure for the whole session, and then when I had about an hour left, I noticed it dropped.
Oh my gosh.
And I also noticed that right here sucked in. This
Oh.
part of my hand was suck in.
Oh, scary.
Well, what
Okay.
that means is the machine is now pulling
You're
pulling from me
you're-
stuff that I don't have to give. It's trying to
Right.
pull fluids that I don't have to give.
Okay.
So that's why this sucked in.
Interesting.
right?
Yeah.
And so then, I call the nurse over and I say, could you stop pulling water and just clean my blood? Because the machine has two functions. It cleans your blood and it takes off excess salt and water.
Yes.
And so I ask her, so she says, automatically they'll say, I'll slow it down.
Okay.
So then, because my blood pressure was 120 over some number,
Okay.
but the 120 was the important number for me.
Yes.
And 15 minutes later,
Yeah.
my blood pressure dropped to 115.
Yay.
And so I called the nurse back and I said, slowing it down doesn't work. Can you stop it? She says, okay, I'll stop the water.
Yes.
Okay. When my hour was up, my last hour was finished,
Yeah.
my blood pressure was 115, which
Oh.
was where I needed to be.
Oh my gosh.
My blood pressure, when my final blood pressure before you leave dialysis would
Yes.
always be between 110 and 120.
Okay.
But if it's at 120 and I have an hour left,
Yeah.
then I'm going to cramp
Oh my gosh.
or pass out.
Oh, okay. You don't want that.
Yes. So,
So it's good to pay attention, people.
Yes.
Pay attention. Don't fall asleep, right?
I mean, if you do fall asleep, when you wake up, the first thing you do is you look at your blood pressure
Get
on
your
the
blood pressure
machine
on the machine.
and you look at the clock
Yep.
and see how much time you got left.
Stay awake.
So,
And that goes into the next question because it said people on dialysis treatments, it said the patients would come in with 6 to 9 kilos of extra salt and water in them,
yes.
right?
Yes.
And then I was like saying, what exactly does that mean? But did you explain it? It sounds like you may have.
Well, what I don't
6
think
to 9
here's,
kilos of extra salt and water.
well, I heard this one guy one time and he was wheezing.
Oh gosh. Okay.
And I asked the technician, what's wrong? She said he has fluid in his lungs
Oh.
from drinking too much water. Fluid. He could hardly breathe. It was almost drowning him.
So you have to watch how much water you take in as well.
Because once you stop making urine,
Oh my gosh.
the only way
Right.
the water can come out is through vomiting,
Oh.
diarrhea,
Oh my gosh.
or dialysis.
Oh wow.
Those are the only ways. Some people
Wow.
say sweat, but who sweats that much?
Nobody.
And so,
Except living in Hawaii. It's so hot here.
and so,
Yeah.
and the reason why you have to watch it is
Yeah.
because with me,
Yeah.
my body would only allow the machine to take off 3 kilos
Okay.
at a 4-hour and 45-minute time frame.
Okay.
Otherwise, I would cramp.
Oh my gosh.
And then sometimes I would try to cheat.
Okay.
I try to cheat, and I would have them, slow my blood flow so that we can get it all
Yeah.
taken off.
Yeah.
The cramp would visit me at home that night.
Oh my gosh.
So there was no avoiding it. I would think, oh, I did it. I got away with it. When I get home that night, the cramp would come. Low blood pressure. It would come later.
Blood pressure.
Yeah.
Yes, it would come later.
So that's why you have to watch it.
I can't believe you had to deal with this for 7 years. That's crazy. That's a lot.
It is a lot.
Yeah. I'm really glad you wrote this book.
I hope I'm helping a lot of people.
You're helping a
understand.
lot of people. You're helping someone who doesn't even know about dialysis. And if I meet anyone, or you know what I mean, I can say, hey, there's this book you got to check out.
Yes, thank you.
So I also want to talk about, so you have all these things going on with you, things in your body, your arm, you don't have any urine, you have to watch so many things. Are you able to exercise?
Yes.
Oh, you are?
Walk.
Okay, walking.
I could walk.
So you're able to walk.
Yes.
So nothing too strenuous, but walking is okay.
I would walk and I would do my push-ups.
Oh, because you need that for your arm.
Yeah,
right?
but once I got on dialysis,
Yeah,
it's up to you if you want to continue strengthening it.
got it. Okay.
But for my own personal health,
Yeah,
I wanted to, because I had already lost 20 plus pounds,
right.
and being on dialysis, it will take away your muscle mass.
Okay. Okay.
You will lose muscle mass,
Yeah.
and you have to do something to maintain some type of body structure.
Yeah, yeah. Otherwise, it's just going to be skin and bones.
Skin and bones, yes.
Right.
And
Okay.
so it's a very difficult thing to do, be
my
on for a
gosh.
long time.
Oh my gosh, I just would be crying every day. You're a strong man.
Well,
This is amazing.
I'm hoping that this book helps.
Yeah, I think it's going to help a lot of people. It really is. I mean, I learned so much from it, and I had no idea. I didn't know anything about dialysis. And then I read your book, and I was blown away.
I'm very glad to hear that.
Yeah. Okay, so finally, I have one last question. Let's talk about your diet.
Okay.
What did you need to do? What did you need to do to change? Did you have to change anything
Yes.
while you're on dialysis, your eating habits?
Yes. I'm very disciplined, sort of.
Yeah,
I like to say.
I can tell.
So what I did was, I just stopped eating foods that were high in phosphorus altogether.
High in phosphorus.
High in phosphorus and mainly high in potassium, because I could get my
Potassium
phosphorus down with the
phosphorus.
binders, but
What can you tell us, or tell the viewers, what
high.
what
Okay.
foods are high in phosphorus?
Okay. So well, let's start with potassium.
Potassium, okay.
Foods that are high in potassium are like mango, banana, nuts,
Okay.
beans.
Yes.
There's a lot of foods.
And
that
these
are
are good
high.
things.
These are good
These
things.
are the good things.
These are
Okay.
good things. But I had to give them up because
Oh, you have to give them
I
up?
gave them up altogether.
Okay.
Because if I eat small portions, I'm gonna want more.
Yes.
And then my my potassium would be high.
Mm.
And so what happened when I originally went on dialysis?
Yeah.
My doctor asked me. She said, "I'm trying to understand, why are you even standing? You have a potassium of 7.8,
Oh.
when at 6.5,
Okay.
your heart's has been reported. Your heart's supposed to stop beating at 6.5.
You had too much potassium.
It was too high.
Oh, too high.
And
okay.
nowadays, they'll admit you to the hospital when it's too high.
Oh gosh. Okay.
And the hospital will work on you to
Okay.
get it down.
Okay.
Okay, so that's,
Wow. So you have to really watch
Yeah.
all these different levels
Yes.
going into your body.
yes, which is why I put the
Yes.
fruit,
There
vegetable,
are pictures in the book.
and beverage
Yeah.
chart
Yes.
to help them.
Yes. I did see that, and I really love that.
To
It's
help
like
everybody.
step by step to help.
And portion.
And portions. You did.
Yes.
Portions. It's very easy
Yes.
to follow.
And that was done, the format was done by a dietitian, but we wanted we wanted
Okay.
high image photos, so we put
Yeah.
our own photos in
Okay.
there.
I love that.
Yes.
Now tell the second part. So you said one was potassium
And
the other
phosphorus.
one's yes.
Phosphorus, milk,
Oh,
cheese,
okay.
your dairy products.
Your dairy products.
I mean, a lot of things is phosphorus.
So you have to watch your intake of that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. And so, for the most part, I didn't touch them. I stayed away from them. I found the foods that I could eat, and I concentrated on those.
Okay.
And it helped me a lot.
Okay. Oh my God, that's amazing.
Yeah. Because if it was like this. So when I stopped making urine,
Yeah.
so I would go to a restaurant, and I found a way. So I thought. I
Right.
thought I found a way to not drink. Because the glasses they give you are around 16 ounces.
Right.
Right. Of
Correct.
beverages.
Yes.
Whatever it is,
Yep.
tea or So then I said, if I sip it through a straw, then I'll be able to stop.
Yes.
But once you start eating,
You want to drink.
you'll drink.
Yes.
You'll drink it up.
Yeah. Right.
So I stopped drinking sugary drinks
Okay.
in general. And today I
Just
don't
water.
drink sugary drinks.
Just water.
I drink water or tea.
Tea. Okay.
And so when I gave up sugary drinks, things got easier because I can stop drinking water.
Yes.
But it's hard to stop drinking sugary drinks.
I know, they taste yummy. I know. It's like, no, it's an addiction. I know.
So-
My gosh.
Yeah, it was, it was, and I can thank the military for my discipline.
Oh, you were in the military too.
Yeah,
Yes.
I did 7 years in the military.
Oh my gosh, 7. That must
sorry,
be your number.
8, sorry,
oh, 8. Okay.
8, yeah.
8 years
Sorry.
in the military.
Yeah, I did 7 of them at Schofield here
Nice.
in Hawaii, and
Oh,
I did
wow.
1 year at Fort Riley, Kansas.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's kind of fun, right? You get to travel.
Well, we did travel quite a bit. Yes. It was fun.
Yes.
Yes.
So I wanted to let the viewers know. Okay, this was pretty cool. I read this in the back of your book, and wanted to let the viewers know that along with Antonio writing this amazing book, he currently volunteers regularly. He provides 1 to 2 hours of talks on his lessons learned while he was on hemodialysis. These talks are given at various hospitals as part of Aloha Kidney. It's a statewide, now am I saying this right? Nephrologist-led kidney disease education program here in Hawaii. You are a busy man.
Well, I'm giving back.
You're giving back.
Yeah, I've been doing, I've been doing talks under Aloha Kidney, 5, 6 years?
Oh my gosh. Okay.
And it's I talk about hemodialysis in my experience.
Yes.
And a young lady talks about her experience with peritoneal dialysis.
Oh my gosh.
And
okay.
then we both come back and talk about our kidney transplant experience as well.
Wow.
And it's done. Can I tell you the hospitals has done it?
Yes.
Okay, so
Yeah.
so it's done quarterly at Queens Medical Center
Nice.
under Aloha Kidney, and it's done at Palimomi
Nice.
and Castle
Oh, very nice.
hospitals.
Aw. So
Yes.
you go around and you lecture there.
I wouldn't call it a lecture.
Oh well, you talk about you talk about your experience.
It's nephrology control.
Yes.
You know, the doctor has interaction
Yes.
in the talks,
Okay.
and as well.
Yes.
You know, the doctor is there,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
but it helps a lot
It does,
of people.
yeah.
They are
Oh.
so thankful.
Yes.
And a lot of people who are at these classes are
Yeah.
already, the GFR, as I talk about in the book, is
Yeah.
at 20, and
Oh
they
my gosh.
need to be getting a fistula. So a lot of people get alerted at the talks that you need to go get your fistula right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
And
it's scary. I'm glad that you do this. I think it just helps people so it's not such a scary thing. You talk to them about your life and your steps and how you did it. And then writing this book. This is really a nice, amazing thing. Oh. All right, is there anything you want to add before we close today?
well, I just want to say that it's a tough journey, and that when I went on dialysis, I didn't know anything, and And I noticed that the more people who come on to dialysis, they don't know anything.
Yeah.
And so the reason why I wrote the book is so that you'll be empowered, you'll be educated,
Yes.
and you'll have confidence to take on this journey. That's the reason for
Yeah.
writing it.
Oh, thank you.
You're
Okay, Antonio, I want to thank you so much for coming today and telling us about your wonderful book and about your true life story where you were on dialysis for 7 years. Oh my gosh. Your story is truly remarkable, and I thank you for sharing it with us. And I highly suggest everyone out there to read this book. Go get this book. It's a great book.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, Antonio. And I want to thank you, all the viewers out there that tuned in today to watch a collage of Hawaii. I'm your host, Ann Selby, and until next time, take care of yourself. Aloha.